I need a fan belt. Look at this. This is Dawn's yard. 73 to 75 Monte Carlo, 56, 55, 57, 73, 69, 55. This is cool. This is a 55. I think it was a wagon at one time. But what they do is they cut the back of it off at the B-pillar and they weld the back window to a Ford truck and it make it a pickup truck. Isn't that cool? I've only seen 2 of these. One of them was on the internet. But I'm going to see if he's got some fan belts in the archives. 20 minutes of watching YouTube videos, I found out that my distributor was, what, 180 off? Instead of it being here on top dead center, it was back here. So I had to pull the distributor, and I had my little tool, my little $30 tool to pull the distributor drive gear. Pulled that out, put it in the right place, then I started setting the rockers. The rockers are all done. I went over to Don's house, knocked on the door, and took some video of his little pickup truck there, the 55 pickup truck. And we went through his bundle of, what the hell do they call them? Fan belts, or V-belts, or whatever. That I'd give him a bunch of these from work years ago. And out of all the ones he had, we had one that fits beautifully. I mean, it's not a big deal. It saves $5, but $5 is $5. Especially when I don't have it. But I got the numbers now. I know which one fits. So I'll have to get a couple of them. I've never broken a fan belt on a Volkswagen engine, so. Actually, I've never broken a Volkswagen engine. I can't say I even checked the gas level on Ed's when I used to drive it. Fuel pump is all set. We got an extra hose sticking way up there. Everything's set, dude. All you gotta do is connect the battery and turn it over and cross your fingers. That's it. And put another plaque on. I got one more plaque that goes right there. Alright, we'll be having an engine start video soon, I hope. We'll see. Okay, so just about 99.9% of the stuff is done on the engine. The only thing is, I don't have a throttle cable. I do have my little bendy tube. I have to find a way to mount that end to the frame so I can connect it. This end goes into a metal tube which goes through the hole in the shroud right there. See that? Where is that hole? Where's the hole? Right there. See the hole? Where the hell am I? There it is. There's the hole. That hole goes all the way up and comes out right under the carburetor there. That's where your wire comes through, and there's a special little bolt that goes through here. The wire comes through in it, you tighten the nut, and that's it. You are done. Here is your throttle. There's no gas in it. It is bone dry. It is brand new. It is empty. I'm trying to find the little rusty tube I had that went through the fan shroud so I can clean it up. I know it was a block of rust. I'm going to have to sandblast the thing. It's here somewhere. I had it yesterday. I know I did. It's not there. Nope. I have to find it. I thought I was wire brushing it, and then I wasn't. But it needs to be sandblasted. I know it's here somewhere. Maybe look over there. It's a very small garage, you know. It's easy to lose things. That's damn close, but that's just a brake line. That actually would work. That would work, but it would fall through the fan shroud because it's so small. This thing's pretty big. As far as outer diameter goes, it's pretty big. I had it here. I just seen it. I know I just seen it. I gotta put my glasses on, right? Oh, this is what I made the clutch cable out of. I put this on the factory Volkswagen hook on the pedal, and then I cut just about this much. What I found out is it wouldn't clamp to it because it's coated in wire, in like a plastic rubber. So I had to cut back a few inches and peel the rubber off. But now I have 2 nice backup cables if one breaks. You know, these were off a piece of exercise equipment that Don was throwing away. It's in his junk Monte Carlo that I just showed you a picture of, the black one. That thing's going to be hitting the junkyard sometime this year before winter hits. Or so he says. Okay, I gotta shut it off. And I'm gonna find this damn tube. Is that it right there? No, that's close too. Grease tube. I know I seen it. It's got to be like under. Here it is. Look at this. I know I seen it. That is it. that big nasty rusty thing. It's even kind of pitted. But that's okay. I'm going to clean this thing out. Probably sandblast it. Either bed liner it or paint it or something. And that goes through the fan shroud just like this. Starting from that little hole right down in there. And this tube slides into that flange. And I have to make a bracket for that end, or wire tie it, just something to hold it down so it doesn't slide away. Because normally this sat in another hole in the Volkswagen, sat in a part of the body, but that part of the body's been long gone. It's a big tin cover and it's got holes and it's sealed from the environment. It's got the rubber gasket seat. All that stuff's been taken off. It's like a big curve right here. All gone. So I just need to find a place to put this. And I got to connect it somehow to like a bicycle cable up to my throttle. And it's got to be a pretty long one. So I'm going to restore this thing. A little job to do. Like I said yesterday, I did so much. Today we got a fan belt. Now we need is gas and a battery. I kid you not. And I have no batteries here whatsoever. The one that I had was junk. It would turn it over and then it would be stone dead. I gave it to Don and he junked it. But good clean up on these days, huh? Alright, I'm going to clean this thing up. I'm rambling on. I'm just talking slow because I'm chewing candy. Maybe I should chew candy in every video, huh? I get too wound up. If I didn't get wound up, though, I wouldn't get anything done. Alright, see you in a bit. One thing I did is I have this 3/16 thick stainless steel washer right there. I have actually had that tube on a Volkswagen when somebody didn't use this. They just had a straight wire running up to the thing and then it went through this tube. I have had that tube fall into the shroud and get caught and pull the throttle at full speed. It just got stuck. So now I like to add a little washer so that thing can't pull through the firewall. What happened is it had moved around so much that it tore a hole in it. And when it tore the hole, it got stuck behind it and it cut a slot in the fan shroud, and eventually that slot just grabbed onto the cable and it was like this, full throttle. You want to see a dune buggy take off like a bat out of hell? Full throttle. So now my Bendix 2B, whatever you want to call the thingy, the flexible 2B, is connected. I didn't go with paint. I actually went with bed liner. I bed linered that tube. Now all this isn't going to be here. It's going to be tied down and stuff. I have to find a way to make a backstop for this that is not going to invade on my shroud like I just did. And I have to mount this somewhere so when it pulls on it, it doesn't pull on the tube, even if I have to, like I said, tie it down or make a hook. But my body sits right here. There's a piece of angle iron that goes from here to here, so I'm going to need a hole through here, and I'm going to need a bicycle cable that goes all the way up and through to the throttle. But glad to get the tube cleaned up. Going to Hank's right now. We're going to do a cast of some Volkswagen logos just to see how it goes. He had made the old KDF logo, which looks like the average Volkswagen logo, but it's got these 3 F's all the way around it. That's what I call them. KDF was the first logo I believe they used on the early Beetles. I'm just going to mess around and make some pieces. But this thing's ready to go. I mean, it just needs gas and a battery, and I have the gas. Kind of leery, but I don't want to mess around with it. I want to make sure everything is ready to go. I don't want to hit the button and have gas leaking and oil leaking and this leaking. And I'm checking everything and double checking everything and double checking that. But I've been out here all day just going through things, watching videos, tuning things. There's about 10 steps I have to go through. I got a list of them that I get off a website that says, you know, how to tune the carburetor, how to adjust this, what goes on here, blah blah blah. A lot of them I know. It's been 30 years since I had a Volkswagen, so what a spider mess, huh? That'll be all nice and clean soon. Don't worry about it. But I am to the point where I could hit the key. I just don't want to. Not yet. I want to make sure everything is perfect. No rushing. Somebody said I was rushing. I'm like, rushing? How many people have told me, hit the key, hit the key, hit the key? I didn't even have a fuel pump. Hit the key! Why? What's it going to do? Spin? It has been cranked up quite a few times by hand, I'll tell you. Putting the fan belt on alone is a little trick. Not bad. You have those shims that you have. This one actually has no shims and it rides flush with the surface. I like that idea. I have the number for the V-belt I need, so that's a good thing. But let's go to Hank's and cast some aluminum, just to get away from the garage for a while. Alright, see ya. Alright, well, a quick video update. I got rid of the electric fuel pump. I left this just the way it was, but I made it do a turn and connect to the mechanical. The problem is the push rod for the mechanical is so worn. This is actually an alternator fuel pump, they call it, because it just clears the alternator. If I put the other one on it, it would hit it. I don't have a clamp on it right now. Don't worry about that. I just made the line. I got 3 wire ties out in the 1/4 inch line. So this is 1/4 inch with 1/4 inch up to the barb. This one is the nipple end. I'm going to put a nice clamp on there, maybe a few wire ties with it too, but you only have so much. So I still have my little fuel line around the Red Baron thing because I didn't want the fuel line going through this thing. I made a lot of work in that thing. That's all. I have the Allen bolts, the freaking mosquitoes. I have Allen bolts that fit beautifully, so I'm going to use them. Those are actually the ones from the oil pump. The ones that were on the bottom of the oil pump that I had to replace. The 2 top ones here. Right there. That little silver one that doesn't hit the pulley. I had to use that one. And replace those 2, so those fit perfectly here. So I'm going to use both of them. I just don't have the back one in because the fuel pump doesn't have a push rod yet. My push rod is got to be worn down about 1/4 inch because it doesn't even kiss the pedal on the fuel pump. So that's a bad thing. I did take the top off of my carburetor to verify that the floats were actually closing the valve so it wasn't flooding. The electric fuel pump was just too much. I mean, every time I turned on, $20 here, $30 there, need a pressure regulator, blah blah blah. You know what? The stock one works just fine without a pressure regulator. It doesn't need it. It pumps it as the engine goes, and if the engine's off, an electric fuel pump doesn't know it, it'll just keep pumping gas. And that's a good way to have a fire, and I don't want to have a fire, so I listened to what the guys in the Volkswagen list said, and I took it off. I will just about give it away to anybody that wants it. Alright, so electrical. I need a coil. I'm just going to get a new one. I'm going to get a... I would like to get the electronic ignition too. Is that okay? Can I do that? I forget who makes it. I'll put the name on it. But I seen it today, but it was for a Chevy engine. I would like to get the one that fits a Volkswagen. Patronic or something like that. I think that would be cool just to get rid of the points. The points are a pain in the ass. Yes, they work. Yes, I metered them and everything. It's just time. But I am going in. This will probably continued in another video, unless I had one before it. I can't remember. I don't think I did. I'm getting sick of just looking at the engine. I want to see it spinning, you know. I'm in the same boat you are. Everything's plugged up. Just I own it and it don't run yet. So, I'm going in. Have a good night.